Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tommy Michael Johnson.
I'm Catherine Davis, and you're watching Pctv News.
This is your monthly Pctv News Update. Hosted by Tommy Johnson, Catherine Davis, Sydney Hoosier with weather, and Logan Osdick with sports. This is your Pctv News.
We have some breaking news on the coronavirus that is rapidly spread through the city of Wuhan, China. The flu-like virus is believed to have started due to consumption of contaminated meat in the city of Wuhan. The virus has now entered the United States with 6 confirmed cases, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. There are 121 possible cases. This week, it was announced that there was a possible case of the coronavirus here in Porter County. The patient was in isolation at Porter Regional Hospital. It was confirmed to Porter County TV within the last hour by the Porter County health officials that the test came back negative. There is no coronavirus in Porter County. Go ahead.
On Sunday night, the 62nd annual Grammys took place in Los Angeles, California. Some of the most famous music artists performed were Lizzo, Demi Lovato, Ariana Grande, Camila Cabello, Tyler, the Creator, Billie Eilish, and Lil Nas X. Billie Eilish made history by being the youngest artist to take home Grammy Awards in the top 4 categories. The song Bad Guy by Billie Eilish won the Record of the Year. Lizzo won the Best Traditional R&B Performance for her song Jerome. Tyler, the Creator, won the Best Album for Igor. And Billie Eilish also won the Album of the Year award. We look forward to next year's award ceremony and seeing what the next top artists have in store for us viewers around the world.
Last Sunday, Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others died from injuries suffered in a helicopter crash. The pilot of the helicopter had attempted to travel through dense fog, making a sudden turn and descending 1,200 feet into the side of a mountain. The crash is currently being investigated by the National Transportation Safety Board and Federal Aviation Administration.
With more information about how this event has affected the sports world, here is Logan Osdick with his Pctv Sports Report.
Thanks, Tommy. Kobe's recent death has spawned many touching tributes to the late basketball player. One of the most creative and touching is that the teams are memorializing Bryant's legacy with the simple action of running out the 24-second shot clock and committing the 8-second backcourt violation. The number of seconds of these violations correspond to the 2 numbers that Bryant wore during his time in the NBA. Kobe Bryant will be missed. His contributions to the worlds of creative entertainment as a player, investor, and philanthropist will be remembered forever. In Indianapolis Wednesday night, the Pacers took down the Chicago Bulls 115-106. This was the returning game for Pacer shooting guard Victor Oladipo, who was out for the first part of the season due to a knee injury. He was welcomed onto the court by fans with a standing ovation. Oladipo sent the game into overtime with a 3-point shot, with Indianapolis ultimately taking the win. In college basketball, the Valparaiso Crusaders suffered a disappointing loss to the Bradley Braves on Wednesday, 69-80. This was the 3rd game back for Ryan Vizquez after suffering a wrist injury. He scored 14 points, the highest he has scored since his return. The Crusaders are now 11-11 overall and 4-5 in the Missouri Valley Conference. Sunday is the National Football League Championship game between the 49ers and the Chiefs. If you want to watch the game but do not have cable, I have good news. Fox Sports will be streaming the Super Bowl on their Fox Sports app without the need for a cable provider login. The stream will be in 4K, which is an advantage over the more traditional viewing experience and a first in Super Bowl history. Have fun and stay safe this weekend. Back to you, Tommy and Catherine.
With the Super Bowl just around the corner, we wanted to see what the students here at the Career Center think of the big game. We asked them what team they wanted to see win. 23% want the Chiefs to win, 29% are rooting for the 49ers, and 45% didn't have an opinion either way. 2% of the people we asked want the Bears to win. We also asked students if they will watch the big game or not. Now let's take a look at what they had to say.
My name is Danny Frederick.
I'm Jocelyn Meyer.
My name is Tucker Ellis.
So I'm Olivia Moldenhauer.
I'm Nolan Cullen. I watch Super Bowl every year.
I watch the Super Bowl almost every year.
No, I do not watch the Super Bowl.
I don't watch the Super Bowl.
I just don't find it fun.
I don't care for NFL football.
Yeah, I watch the Super Bowl every year. I want San Francisco to win. I probably want the Kansas City Chiefs to win.
I'm rooting for the Chiefs this year.
On Thursday, February 13th, the Career Center will be taking a field trip to the Chicago Auto Show. Students will not miss any school for this trip, and students will need to have personal transportation to and from the Career Center. The field trip is free of cost, and pizza will be served at 3 p.m. They will leave the Career Center at 4 p.m. and return at 10 p.m. Permission slips are due to Mrs. Wester in the front office by February 7th. Stop by the main office to pick up a form today.
Speaking of the auto show, PCTV's very own Logan Osdick, Maya Vickery, and Ethan Fergorso are all regional finalists in this year's Drive Safe Chicago contest. The finalists have been working hard with their fellow students as actors to produce their PSAs. They were assisted by 8-time Emmy Award-winning TV producer Alan Weiss and his career from New York City. Now, let's see what Logan has to say about his experience with the contest.
It was a very good experience. I'm very happy that I was able to do that. It's a lot of work to work with a crew like that, but it's a very rewarding experience. The actual making of the PSA was a very interesting experience. The workflow that the crew had was very insightful into how crews make things like that. Very challenging experience, and I'm very happy that I was able to do that. When I found out I was a finalist, I was taken off guard. I thought that originally, I didn't recognize the number, so I thought that it was like some sort of scam caller or something like that. But I picked it up and it was like, hey, do you remember the thing that you heard? I'm like, oh, yeah, I do remember that. It was a really cool experience. It was really fun. I have not been like a finalist in something like that before, so that was fun. I feel like I was definitely prepared as a video producer to go into this. A lot of the workflow that the crew had, I learned a little bit about more professional workflows, but I had prior knowledge going in from the projects that I've done in this class and my other work. Well, I was able to kind of fit right in.
We are so proud of our awesome students. Now let's take a look at the weather with Sydney Hoosier.
Thanks, Catherine. Let's take a look at the weather outside. It's a beautiful sunny day, and the temperature right now is 40 degrees. Tomorrow we might see some snow showers with a high of 35 and a low of 30. Sunday we're going to have a partly cloudy day with a high of 53 and a low of 34. Monday is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 50 and a low of 38. Tuesday is going to get into the colder days of the week with some snow and a high of 42 and a low of 21. Wednesday is going to be mostly cloudy with some snow, a high of 33 and a low of 28. And Thursday is going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 33 and a low of 28. This has been your weekly weather update with Sydney Hoosier. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Sydney. Last Friday, the Career Center took a field trip to the Notre Dame Hockey Stadium and enjoyed a full night of excitement. Let's hear from a few people and what they had to say about the field trip.
I think we've been coming to a hockey game for 13 years, and we've tried to come to one game every year, although we missed a couple years when the weather was real bad. Well, the reason we like to come to the hockey game is we like to have fun with our students, and I want to give our students a good, safe place to have fun on a Friday night, and this is fun, a lot of excitement, and not everybody gets a chance to see good hockey, and this is great hockey they play out here.
I wanted to go on this field trip because I honestly it's my favorite hockey is, and I wanted to see them fight. Everybody wants Notre Dame to win, so I'm like leaning towards Wisconsin.
I love coming to the Notre Dame hockey game. It's a lot of fun, and the energy in a college sport period is intense, and especially hockey. This stadium is great because you're right on the ice, and it's fun to watch the high school kids get to experience hockey, sometimes for the first time.
Looks like everyone had a great time at the hockey game.
I think so too. In other news, Valparaiso alumnus Robbie Hummel was recently named 2019's USA Basketball Male Athlete of the Year. We got a chance to talk with him about it.
kind of funny. I think that, you look at the names on that list, I certainly don't belong with a lot of them, where it's Michael Jordan and, Magic Johnson and LeBron James, Kevin Durant, the best players to have ever played basketball. And certainly a great honor. It's very humbling. But I think at the end of the day, it was kind of a slow year for USA basketball. The 5-on-5 World Cup team didn't play great. We ended up winning the 3-on-3 World Cup, which was a great achievement, and we played really well. It certainly paid off. It was a lot of hard work. And at the end of the day, it's a great honor. I think the tradition at Valpo High School is fantastic. I still shoot the Valpo free throw. That's something that I'll do as long as I'm playing. So it's definitely a part of me, and it's something I'm very proud of.
It's great how an alumnus from Valparaiso High School was able to achieve such an accomplishment.
I know, right? Robbie Hummel is currently working as a sports commentator for the Big Ten Network and ESPN. When asked about possibly being included as a player in the 2020 Olympics 3-on-3 basketball competition, he said, quote, "I think I have a great chance." Last Thursday, Indiana Congressman Pete Visclosky came to the Career Center for a tour of our facilities and to talk to a few of our classes. Representative Visclosky will be retiring after serving in Washington, D.C. for the past 36 years. Mr. Visclosky has been an annual visitor to the Career Center, and I got a chance to ask him a few questions.
Good afternoon. I'm Catherine Davis, and I'm here with Congressman Pete Visclosky. And I just want to know what brought you to the Career Center today?
John asked me to stop by, and traditionally I come about once a year because I think it's just a great facility. Gives young people such as yourself various options as far as career paths, and puts you on a path to get great employment and career opportunities. So always appreciate also every year something changes, gets improved.
Do you have any advice for the students here at the Career Center?
I would simply say get the best education you can for whatever path you want to pursue, one so you can have as full a life as possible, and over and above that, make some contribution back to your community. But if you can find that thing you like doing and can do it for a living, then you've been blessed.
Right here, hold on. You're gonna like
I
this
just
one.
want you to, this is a book.
Lakeshore Paws in Valparaiso had received many dogs from Texas this month. We took a trip over there to see how they're handling the influx of dogs.
My name is Taylor, and I'm the social media and event coordinator for Lakeshore Paws. Lakeshore Paws was started in 2011 by two businesswomen who couldn't ignore the problem of homeless dogs in the area. So they made it their mission to find placement and forever homes for dogs, and then also eventually we'd like to open our own spay and neuter clinic to help reduce the pet population. So we receive dogs from Texas typically once a month. The pet population in Texas is pretty high. People will line up to surrender their pets a lot of times, so we try to help out by pulling dogs to our location and just getting them different exposure. So when we get dogs from Texas, our coordinator actually uploads pictures and information about the dogs. We pick the dogs that we're going to pull that are in basically situations where they may be at risk for euthanasia. Once we get typically 25 to 30 dogs for a transport, they have a van that they bring up or a truck. It has lights, kennels with food and water in it, and then someone from Texas drives the dogs up here. The last transport that we got took about 28 hours to do. And so when they get here, we kind of let them go into our new arrival area and just decompress for a few days.
Thank you, Colin and Paige. Those dogs are just adorable, aren't they, Tommy?
They sure are, Catherine. On February 7th, the Career Center will be having their third blood drive of the year. Let's hear from Mrs. Phelps about the blood drive donation process.
Sure. So there's an online registration that you do ahead of time, and then you meet with the representatives from the Red Cross, and they'll do a brief health history. They'll take your vital signs. They do prick your finger to check your iron levels, and if everything is a go, then they will sit you down in the, lay you in the chair to donate blood. The registration process is the most lengthy part. It takes a while to register, but the actual donation process is only between 5 and 10 minutes. So that goes pretty quick, and then you get to spend some time in the snack bar having some juice and some snacks, and then you get to go back to class.
Thank you, Mrs. Phelps. Remember, if you are 16 years or older, donate blood to help save a life. Now, let's hear from Jacob, who will share some of his most favorite Super Bowl snacks.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Career Center. My name is Jacob Innes, and you are in the Pctv kitchen. If you're an avid football fan, you've likely been looking forward to the Super Bowl all year long. You've planned your party, invited your guests, but now the question is, what shall you feed them? Well, fear no longer, because I am here with 3 minimal effort recipes that taste just as good as they smell. Now, before you handle your food, you always want to sanitize your hands. Let's start out with the meatballs. Now, to make these delicious treats, all you need is 1/2 of a jar of grape jelly, 1 bottle of tomato-based chili sauce, and 1 3-pound bag of cocktail-sized meatballs. You want to mix the grape jelly, the chili sauce, and the meatballs all together in one bowl and put them in a nice crock pot for 3 to 4 hours on low. And when you're finished, you have some nice tasty meatballs that you can serve on toothpicks. Delicious. You're now probably thinking, great, I have something to serve before and after the game, but what can I serve while watching? Now I will show you how to make buffalo chicken dip. To begin, you're going to take 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese and spread it as the bottom layer on a 1-quart-sized baking dish. Then you're going to take 1 cut-up cooked chicken breast and put it as the second layer on top of the cream cheese. Next, you want to mix a 1/2 cup of buffalo wing sauce and 1/2 cup of blue cheese salad dressing and carefully pour it over the cream cheese and chicken mixture. Then you want to take 2 cups of shredded Colby Monterey Jack cheese and sprinkle it over the top. Bake at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes and you've got yourself a dip. Serve all of these with a tray of black olives and you're golden for the game. Now after all of this, you're going to need something to drink. So I have come up with a recipe to make a wonderful punch bowl. You're going to, of course, need a bowl, some Hawaiian punch, lemon lime soda, rainbow sherbet. You're going to start by putting 3 or 4 scoops of rainbow sherbet into your bowl. Then you're going to pour an equal amount of lemon lime soda and Hawaiian punch into the bowl. The soda causes the punch to have an effect where it foams and bubbles and causes a wonderful taste. Now that you've made your drink, you've set yourself up for a successful Super Bowl party that will be remembered for a whole year. Thank you so much for tuning into the Pctv kitchen. Back to you.
Thank you, Jacob. Those meatballs look delicious, don't you think, Tommy?
Absolutely. I'd be licking my fingers for those. But now, let's take a look at our Teacher Spotlight.
This month, we're featuring an inside look at Mr. Hunt, the new automotive class teacher.
My name is Stephen Hunt, and I teach Automotive Technology 2. I've been teaching for 2 months now. I graduated from this program back in 2007. My favorite part about teaching is being able to teach the kids the skills to repair vehicles so they can save money in the long run.
My favorite thing about Mr. Hunt is that he's really chill, he's a great teacher, and he's never opposed to giving you advice or helping you out or anything that you need, and he's just really down to earth guy. Favorite thing about the class is that you can bring in your car and just do anything you need to it, and you're always learning something new every single day, and it's just a really good experience, and I've enjoyed every second of it.
I'm Catherine Davis.
And I'm Tommy Michael Johnson. Thanks for watching PCTV News.
We'd now like to end our episode with a heartwarming tribute to Kobe Bryant.
All I can do here is just thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the years of support. Thank you guys for all the motivation. Thank you for all the inspiration.